Welcome to UPW This Week, the fastest 15 minutes in professional wrestling. Coming up here in the show today, we're going to hear from UPW champion Scott Sexton along with his challenger for the title this Sunday, January 14th in Bowling Green, Ray Waddell. Don't forget, UPW Wrestling back in Bowling Green this Sunday, January 14th, with a special 4 p.m. bell time at the National Guard Armory. 3 p.m. doors open and your shot to meet all of your favorite UPW stars before they're in action in the ring. Lots of great matches. We're going to preview them for you here today on UPW This Week. Coming up, we talk about the huge main event where Scott Sexton defends his UPW championship against Ray Waddell. We'll tell you about it next.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, the wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
A better 2017 than Scott Sexton. The self-proclaimed gold digger traveled coast to coast throughout the United States collecting gold in numerous territories, including the UPW heavyweight title, which he will be defending Sunday night against Ray Waddell. Scott Sexton, the narrator of the Neck Breaker. Let's take a closer look at him right now. Of the Neck Breaker, Scott Sexton, UPW heavyweight champion, in action this Sunday night at the National Guard Armory in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Bell time, 4 o'clock, doors open at 3 p.m. Ringside seats still available for only $12 each, general admission $10. This Sunday night, National Guard Armory, 4 p.m. bell time, 3 p.m. doors open, and your chance to meet all of your favorite UPW stars. Speaking of the UPW heavyweight champion, Scott Sexton, he has traveled coast to coast in 2017, now into 2018, collecting gold in numerous promotions, and also looking to become the face of those promotions like the World Wrestling Alliance. He was there last month, ready to become that face of the WWA when this happened.
The narrator, the neck breaker, the hype train derailer, superb Scott Sexton. Later tonight, here at the Next Level in Owensboro, Kentucky, I prove to the world and to the WWA universe why I am the self-proclaimed gold digger. You see, Jordan Whitaker's a very, very tough challenge. But after tonight, and one neck breaker later, Scott Sexton is going to be the face of the World Wrestling Alliance. Hey, whoa, hey, man. Hey, man.
So you're going to sit here in my building at my company and run your mouth again. What happened last time we were in the ring, Scott?
I remember
you had Mickey Muscles and your UCW guys. You know, I could beat the hell out of you right now, but the title ain't on the line, so I'm going to wait. January 14th, the fans voted me in that match because they know Ray Waddell can beat Scott Sexton. This time you don't have any goons, you have no one but yourself. So let's see how you do when it's one-on-one. January 14th in Bowling Green. Until then, keep that title warm.
You're lucky I have a match night.
Scott Sexton and Ray Waddell for the second time ever, this time for the United Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship, Sunday at 4 p.m. at the National Guard Armory in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Coming up later in the show, we'll hear from both Scott Sexton and Ray Waddell as they face-to-face for this challenge this Sunday night at the National Guard Armory. Also coming up this Sunday night in Bowling Green, you will see a star and a former TNA World Heavyweight Champion face off against a challenger who has traveled coast to coast and around the world facing the top stars of the WWE, TNA, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. We'll tell you about the real deal Derek Neal and his latest challenge, James Storm.
Creek swimming, moonshine sipping, deer skinning, beer drinking, Johnny Cash listening. Long necks and rednecks are my friends. Women and whiskey make a perfect blend. You know I'm coming to your town. Somebody pour me another round. Love them, long necks and rednecks. Long necks and rednecks. You don't know a damn thing about my wants and needs, so don't be judging me, 'cause I'll drop you to your knees. I prefer to walk alone down every dusty road. I carry my own load, so don't you know, son? Long necks and rednecks are my friends. Women and whiskey make a perfect blend. You know I'm coming to your town. Somebody pour me another round. Love them, long necks and rednecks. Long necks and rednecks. moonshine sipping, deer skinning, beer drinking, Johnny Cash listening.
Cowboy James Storm coming to Bowling Green this Sunday at the National Guard Armory as part of UPW's huge show. Doors open at 3 p.m. Bell time is at 4 p.m. James Storm's challenger, the real deal Derek Neal. Possibly the real deal Derek Neal's greatest challenge ever, as in 2017 alone, he faced the likes of former champions EC3 and the Monster Abyss. But Cowboy James Storm, a new challenge for real deal Derek Neal. You can see those two face off in action this Sunday at the National Guard Armory. Doors open at 3 p.m., bell times at 4. Ringside seats for this great match and all the others for only $12 each, but those tickets are going fast. Get yours now. Check out the United Pro Wrestling Facebook page or website for ticket information. General admission only $10 as well, and as always at all UPW events, family friendly, and you'll have a chance to meet your favorite UPW stars before the show, so get there early. Another great match happening at this year's huge UPW Chapter 2 show, which is this Sunday starting at 4 p.m. at the National Guard Armory. A six-pack challenge for a golden ticket, if you will, between 6 very unique and different superstars. We'll tell you about those next right here.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, the wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. 2 entities working together to create a product that connects emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
January 14th, 2018. Bowling Green, Kentucky at the National Guard Armory. It's time we turn the page to Chapter 2. And guess what? We're going to start 2018 the same way we started 2017, with me being the first person they see to start the year off right. But unlike 2017, there is no more dead weight. There's only me. And by the time I make my entrance, before the match even starts, before I eliminate everyone else in the Golden Ticket 6-pack challenge, people won't care about Cowboy James Storm. People won't care about the boogie woogie BS train that's coming to Bowling Green, Kentucky. No, 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 no. The only thing they're going to care about is the bombshell announcement that Dyron Flynn made to start the night. Nothing will top it, and nothing will ever come close to it, because it will be the first thing and the last thing anyone will be talking about, not only for the rest of the night, but for the rest of the year. History will be made, and you will all see what a true, valuable, independent superstar really is.
Cryptic words from a man who is looking to put a controversial 2017 behind him and build on 2018. What could be the huge bombshell announcement that Dyron Flynn is going to make? Be there this Sunday at 4 p.m. at the National Guard Armory in Bowling Green, Kentucky to find out. Coming up here in just a few short seconds, we're going to talk to the challenger for the heavyweight championship this Sunday at the National Guard Armory from United Pro Wrestling, Ray Waddell. Plus, we'll hear from the champion himself next, Scott Sexton, right here on UPW This Week.
Hi, Jenny here from your local Big Deal store. Have you checked this place out yet? We've got gift certificates from dozens of local businesses, all sale priced. I'm talking restaurants, entertainment, car care, and items for your home. And you can shop 24 hours a day from the convenience of your home or from your smartphone. Big Deals. We're kind of a big deal.
We're back on UPW This Week, counting you down to this Sunday at 4 p.m. at the National Guard Armory. Joining us now by remote from his elite training facility is United Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, the gold digger himself, the narrator of the Neckbreaker, the one and only Scott Sexton. Scott Sexton, what do you have planned for Ray Waddell this Sunday night?
Sunday afternoon, January 14th, Bowling Green National Guard Armory in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Superstar versus Superb. The Southpaw Hotshot versus the narrator of the Neckbreaker. The Man Bun Mastodon versus the Hype Train Derailer. Better known as Ray Waddell versus Scott Sexton Volume 2. You see, Ray, you're one of the toughest individuals I've ever stepped foot in the ring against. You have a moveset that cannot be duplicated and a left hand that left my jaw sore for weeks. But the last time we met, Ray, I did whatever it took to make sure my hand was raised and there was nothing on the line. Can you imagine what I'm going to do to keep my prized possession? Can you imagine what I'm going to do to remain the face of United Pro Wrestling? Can you imagine what I will do to ensure that I'll walk out of the Bowling Green National Guard Armory this Sunday still the United Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion?
The Hype Train Derailer, the narrator of the Neckbreaker, Scott Sexton, joining us remotely here on UPW This Week. His challenger this Sunday at the National Guard Armory, a man who has for years been part of a system, but now on his own, challenging for the World Heavyweight title this Sunday night. Let's talk to Ray Waddell.
United Pro Wrestling, UPW this Sunday in Bowling Green. I got a big match, but before I get to that, let me tell you a little story. Months ago, UPW announced a title tournament for the UPW Championship, and I sat at home and I kept checking the Facebook to see the bracket, to see who I was fighting, and guess what? Ray Waddell wasn't involved in the tournament, but hey, that's okay. Let it slide, let it slide. Me and my brother went on. The system went on to win their tag titles. And then over at the New South Arena, we were cheated by the Perfect Pair. They stole our belts. So I went home. I kept checking the Facebook page again to see when do we get our rematch. And guess what? No rematch. So what that tells me is maybe I'm not the most popular guy with the UPW office. Maybe who's ever booking these matches don't like me. But the thing is, when one guy couldn't show up, they put out a Facebook poll. They put out a poll for all their fans to vote. And when the whole roster was listed, one man was voted for a title shot. One man, and that man is me. That man is the one staring at you right now. So while I might not be the most popular guy in the office, it looks like I'm the most popular guy in the crowd. And I just want to say to the fans that voted for me, thank you. Thank you. You are what drives me because you gave me a title shot for the UPW Championship. And the best part is I get to fight Scott Sexton. Scott Sexton. Superb Scott Sexton. It's Superb versus Superstar. It's the Southpaw Hotshot versus the Hype Train Derailer. It's nicknames after nicknames, but that won't matter when the bell rings. Because, Scott, I'm going to take your title right after I knock your ass out.
Strong words from the challenger for the World Heavyweight title this Sunday at the National Guard Armory, Ray Waddell. We want to see you this Sunday. Doors open at 3 p.m., bell times at 4 p.m. Don't miss an exciting evening of action. United Pro Wrestling is back in Bowling Green at the National Guard Armory. Bell times at 4 p.m. Come out for all these incredible matches. We want to see you this Sunday, 4 p.m. at the National Guard Armory in Bowling Green for UPW Wrestling.